Nintendo really knows how to sell nostalgia, but apparently they can't sell enough of the stuff. Welcome to Give It Thought, I'm Jake, and let's get right into today's story. So it looks like hackers have found their way into the NES Classic. Of course, the 30-game machine was hacked soon after it was released, but now we're seeing it on a more widespread scale. Whether or not that has to do with more people getting their hands on the console, or someone really knows how to write good instructions on some message board somewhere, I have no idea. But the word is out and many people are risking turning their NES Classics, which are in very short supply I might add, into nothing but decorative paperweights. And as GameRant reports, the first extensive and intuitive modding tool was created by Japanese modder Honey Labs, and that was released 2 days ago. But the catch is, it has only been tested to work on Japanese versions of the system, so there is no exact knowledge as to whether or not it will work on the US version. My best bet, don't try it because, as I said earlier, you could easily brick your system. Plus, there's a better method. A Russian hacker known as Mad Monkey published tools and methods that have been translated into readable form as of this time of writing, and people with US systems are having luck with that method. Take note though, the process is not simple, as the website TechCrunch mentions, quote, "It involves booting the Linux-based NES into FEL mode, hacking the kernel, and injecting ROM files using a special tool. A GUI has been created to make things easier and tutorials are being made, but we warn readers not to attempt this unless they know about things like MD5 hashes and config files. Bricking your device with a single click is definitely a possibility. So unless that language there makes sense to you, don't try this. A simpler method will probably be found within the next few days. Just, be patient." There's also the issues of modders putting viruses into the modding files, so there's that risk as well. I did see a few comments on Reddit saying that some of the files from the Russian hacking tools were popping on a few people's virus scanners, so you can never be too sure when you download those kinds of files. Speaking of that, there is a simplified form of Mad Monkey's hacking tool floating around out there in the internet ether somewhere, but that is reported to contain a harmful virus, so as I said, just be patient if you absolutely have to have more than 30 games on your NES Classic. As far as which games will work on the system, well, there is no complete list. A few games like Battletoads have been confirmed to work on the system, but outside of that, it is just up to people to test them. The NES Classic was built with a specific kind of emulator software, which was only tested on the games included in the unhacked version, so if you want to try and emulate, say, Dragon Warrior 2 on there, it might not work. So again, if you are going to risk hacking into your system, wait for more research to be done. I cannot stress that enough. It would be terrible if you went through all the trouble to break into your very rare system and then not be able to play the game you wanted to in the first place. This whole ordeal, whether or not the system would be extensively hacked, meaning by a large population, was really just a matter of when someone would find an easy enough method. Nintendo's aim to keep this system off the internet was probably purposeful and was an effort to avoid other games being put on the system. This always happens though. When you give the internet limitations, they rise up and go beyond those. Every single time. And now since Nintendo made the NES Classic without an internet connection, they cannot patch it to keep the hacked software off the system. It really is a catch-22 for them. Everything they do seems to fall into this category lately. The thing is already packed with classics, no pun intended, so I don't really see why people want more games on there, or would risk putting more games on there rather, but I do get the curiosity. So I just wanted to catch everyone up on the news that the NES Classic can be hacked, but just be careful if you do attempt it. If you are interested, there will be links in the description that will take you to instructions on how to do this, but I can't recommend it. So what do you think about this? Will you be hacking your NES Classic? Or will you give it at least a couple weeks to be simplified before attempting it? Be sure to tell me any and all of your thoughts down below. But I think that's where I'm going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave me a like, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at GiveItThought1. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, give thought to everything.